Good evening. Welcome to Jeevan's News at 8. I'm Rini. Let's look at the top stories of the day. More evidences against PV Anwar violating Land Reforms Act. Holder 203 acres of land. Complaint submitted to Speaker. Car ride controversy. Party will investigate, says Kodiyeri. CM remains silent. CPM has relations with Faisal, says BJP. Rahul Gandhi slammed party groups in Kerala. Group rivalry for individual benefits. Trying to defame Congress, says Anthony. Fire breakouts at slums near Bandra. Fire engulfed several houses. Train services resumed. Government allows ownership of property to Manulli Padam. 60 years of waiting ends Jeevan impact. News in details. An RTI government has made it clear that PV Anwar MLA, who is in the dock with regards to his water theme park in Nilambu, has defied the Land Ceiling Act. The RTI statement clearly mentions that the MLA holds a total of 207.84 acres of land under his custody. However, the maximum land that an individual can hold is up to 15 acres according to rule. It has also been found out that he did not disclose the details in the affidavit that he filed before the Elections Commission while contesting the poll. The land that belongs to Anwar is non-agricultural purpose, and if one defies the Land Ceiling Act, the government can confiscate the rest of the land beyond the allowed limit. In Anwar's case, the government can confiscate up to 188 acres of his land. Besides, Anwar's controversial water theme park in Kudaranni is under his name and PVR Entertainments. 60% of the land on which the park is built belongs to Anwar. News Desk, Jeevan. Congress National Vice President Rahul Gandhi has come out to the fore against the existing group culture within the party. He said that the rivalry between the different groups in Kerala is for personal means and this cannot be accepted. Rahul Gandhi said this while discussing the KPCC Legislative Committee list. Rahul Gandhi asserted this as the appointments of 282 members in the KPCC continued inconclusively. The different groups in Kerala are not based on ideology but for individual gains and this cannot be accepted, he said. Rahul had already said this to the leaders who went to meet him in New Delhi with regards to the appointments in KPCC. He also told them that such tendencies cannot be tolerated and said that there is the influence of the different groups even in the third revised list of KPCC appointments that was handed over to him. KPCC President M.M. Hassan had submitted the final KPCC list based on the High Command suggestion that there need to be more representation of SC or ST, women and youth in the KPCC. The High Command had also directed to contact Congress Election Commission Chairman Mullapalli Ramachandran, Party General Secretary who is in charge of Kerala Mukul Vasnik, VM Sudhiran and PC Chakku, and also consider the complaints raised by the Congress MPs in Kerala before revamping the list. Nevertheless, there is criticism that even such a list has the strong influence of the different groups. News Desk, Jeevan. The government has decided to seek legal advice from the Advocate General on the complaint filed by opposition leader Ramesh Chennithala in connection with the backwater encroachment by the Lake Palace resort owned by Minister Thomas Chandi.
Chennithala had filed a complaint with the Revenue Minister E. Chandrasekharan demanding to prosecute Thomas Chandi. The government will seek legal advice as whether the things mentioned in the complaint will stand in court. Chennithala has demanded to prosecute Thomas Chandi based on the Kerala Conservation of Paddy Land and Wetland Act. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan had earlier sought legal advice on the final report submitted by Alappuzha District Collector T.V. Anupama confirming the backwater encroachment by Thomas Chandi. Reports say that there would be delay in action against Thomas Chandi because of this. Though the issue was not discussed in the cabinet meeting that convened the other day, it was decided to seek legal advice on it. Also, Thomas Chandi had met the Chief Minister regards to the allegations. He had informed the Chief Minister about the legal complications in the collector's report and also complained that the collector never listened to their side of the argument. Thomas Chandi had also informed the Chief Minister about the cases against him in High Court with regards to the encroachment of the Marthandam Lake and Madhur Devasam land encroachment. News Desk, Jeevan.
CPIM State Secretary Kodiyeri Balakrishnan finds himself in a controversy with IUML and BJP leaders on Wednesday, alleging that the Mini Cooper car used by him in the Janajagrita Yatra belonged to an accused in a gold smuggling case.
As the controversy of CPM State Secretary Kodiyeri Balakrishnan using the Mini Cooper car of an accused in gold smuggling case during the Janajagrita Yatra of LDF in Kuduvalli, Kozhikode is looming large, the owner of the car, Karar Faisal, has come up with an explanation. Faisal has said that he gave the car as per the request of CPM regional leader. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence had earlier arrested Faisal as the seventh accused in connection with the Karipur gold smuggling case. Faisal also said that the vehicle of one of the accused was recovered from his house and clarified that the DRI has not charged under Conservation of Foreign Exchange and Prevention of Smuggling Activities Act. He added that the trial of the case has not yet begun. The controversy broke out with the BJP State General Secretary K. Surendran alleging that Kodiyeri used the car of Faisal. Meanwhile, Kodiyeri had earlier explained that he was not aware of whose car it was. News Desk, Jeevan.
Kodiyeri told media persons that the car was provided by the local committee. In such situations, one never checks who owns the car, he asserted. He said his party would look into the allegations.
കൊടുവള്ളിയിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ യാത്ര എത്തിയപ്പോൾ അവിടെ അഭൂതപൂർവമായ ഒരു ജനപ്രവാഹമായിരുന്നു. ആ സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ ആ ജനക്കൂട്ടത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു വാഹനത്തിൽ കയറ്റി, ഒരു തുറന്ന വാഹനത്തിൽ കയറ്റി യോഗസ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയി. അതൊരു 5 മിനിറ്റ് സമയം മാത്രമാണ് ആ വണ്ടി ഉപയോഗിച്ചത്. വണ്ടി ആരതാണെന്ന് സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ പുറത്തുനിന്ന് വരുന്ന ഒരാൾക്ക് അറിയേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. അത് സംബന്ധിച്ചാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ചില വിവാദങ്ങൾ ഉയർന്നു വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ഉയർന്നു വന്ന വിവാദം എന്താണെന്നുള്ളത് പാർട്ടി പരിശോധിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഈ പറയുന്ന ആളുകൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഈ പറയുന്നത് പോലെ ഉൾപ്പെട്ട ഒരാളാണോ, എന്താണ് അതിൻ്റെ സംഭവം എന്നുള്ളത് പാർട്ടി പരിശോധിക്കാം. അത് പരിശോധിച്ചാലല്ലേ പറയാൻ സാധിക്കൂ. നിങ്ങൾ പറയുന്ന കാര്യം വസ്തുതയാണോ എന്ന് ആദ്യം പരിശോധിക്കട്ടെ. ഇദ്ദേഹം ആരാണ്? എനിക്ക് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തെ അറിഞ്ഞൂടാ. ഈ പറയുന്ന ആളെ പറ്റി എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാ.
Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan on Wednesday expressed his displeasure over the leaking of details of cabinet meet. Expressing his displeasure over the leaking of details of cabinet discussion of a solar report, Pinarayi issued strict directions to ministers not to share the details of the cabinet meet. There was difference of opinion in the cabinet meet held last week regarding seeking of legal advice on further probe in solar case. Law Minister A.K. Balan and Revenue Minister E. Chandrasekharan had expressed different views on the issue. The media had reported the matter. Following this, the Chief Minister asked all ministers not to disclose details of cabinet meeting to the media. The Chief Minister reiterated this in the cabinet meet held yesterday. Leaking of details of cabinet meet is not good. Leaking of such news will create hindrances to the government in taking action. Hence, such details should not be made public, CM told the ministers. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram. The Kerala police have arrested 2 more youth for suspected Islamic State links. Hamza and Manaf, both from Talasheri, were arrested by the Valapattanam police.
With today's arrest, the number of persons apprehended in this action so far rose to 5. Talasheri natives Hamza, aka Taliban Hamza, and Manaf were picked up this morning. Kannur District Deputy Superintendent of Police P.P. Sadanandan said. Hamza, who has strong connections with the terror outfit's high command, was behind the recruitment of youths from the state for IS. He had worked in Gulf countries for more than 20 years, he said. About 6 months ago, Manaf was prevented by authorities at Mangalore airport from leaving the country. All the 5 suspects were put under surveillance for the last month.
കണ്ണൂരിൽ നിന്നും ISISൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള 2 പേരെ കൂടി പുതുതായിട്ട് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇന്നലെ 3 പേരെയാണ് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തത്. അപ്പോൾ മൊത്തം 5 പേരെ അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു. പുതുതായിട്ട് വന്നവർ തലശ്ശേരി സ്വദേശി ഒരു ഹംസയും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ തലശ്ശേരിയിൽ തന്നെയുള്ള ഒരു മനാഫുമാണ്.
The accused have been charged under Section 38 and 39 of Unlawful Activities Act. They will be produced before the Talasheri Sessions Court later in the day. 3 men, Kaipakel Midil Raj, K.V. Abdul Razak and M.V. Rashid, hailing from Chakkarakkal and Valapattanam in the district, were arrested Wednesday. The National Investigation Agency has been probing cases of disappearance of at least 21 people who had left Kerala under mysterious circumstances over a period of time and are suspected to have joined ISIS. Among them, 17 were from Kasaragod and 4 from Palakkad. They include 4 women and 3 children. Jeevan News, Kannur.
The Kochi Manullipadam colony residents' people awareness for the ownership of the land property has come to an end after 6 decades. These people were waiting for the respective officers for the demands and were denied the rights. Jeevan TV news-based program Karchapadipa has noted and witnessed these people's protest against this and problems facing regarding this matter.
Jeevan TV ഈ മാധ്യമങ്ങളിൽ കാണിക്കാൻ ഇതിന് മുൻപിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങിയത്. അപ്പോൾ അവരോട് ഞങ്ങൾ പൂർണ്ണമായിട്ട് നന്ദി.
ജീവൻ ടി വി ഇവിടെ വന്ന് ഇത് ടി വിയിലൊക്കെ കാണിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോഴാണ് എല്ലാവരും ഇവിടെ വന്നു തുടങ്ങിയതും അറിയാൻ തുടങ്ങിയതും ആൾക്കാർ.
ജീവൻ ടി വിയാണ് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ലോകം കാട്ടിയത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളോട് വലിയൊരു കടപ്പാടുള്ളതാണ്.
There are 63 families altogether in the colony and each family reside each in 1 or 2 cents in a total of 1 acre 63 cents of land. These people were residing here for the past 60 years. This colony was earlier named as Sparta Colony and the people were called as scavengers.
സന്തോഷം. ഒരായിരം നന്ദി, കോടി നന്ദി പറയണം. ഇത്രയും നാളും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്വന്തം ഒന്നും പറയാനുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. ഞങ്ങളാരും ഇറക്കി വിടുന്നുള്ള ഉറപ്പിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ജീവിക്കാം. ഞങ്ങളുടെ സന്തോഷ് ഹൈബീഡൻ വില്ലേജ് ഓഫീസറിന് പിന്നെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത് അംഗീകരിച്ച് തന്നതിനും ജീവൻ ടി വിക്കും ആയിരം
Most of the people whose job is to draw waste from corporation and even toilets were facing severe health related problems too. They were not getting enough wages from their job to nurture the family and also they were not able to educate their children or take a loan for the primary needs because of the unavailability of ownership of their own property. The government who is responsible to take necessary solutions to this was standing as mute spectator. Finally, the ownership of land was returned with the influence and impact of the program Karchapadipa. Jeevan News, Kochi. A major fire incident has been reported at Beharampada near Mumbai's Bandra station today. According to reports, the fire reportedly broke out near Bandra East local train station during a demolition drive carried out by the municipal corporation in the area. The skywalk that connects to the station from Bandra East is also on fire. 16 fire engines and 7 jumbo tankers have been rushed to the spot. Trains arriving near the area have been put on hold to avoid any untoward incident. There has been no reports of any casualty till now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said a new consumer protection law is on an anvil to crack down on misleading ads and ensure that grievances are redressed in a time-bound and cost-effective manner.
देश को एक नया बिजनेस कल्चर मिल रहा है और लॉन्ग टर्म में जीएसटी का सबसे बड़ा फायदा कंज्यूमर्स को ही होने वाला है.
The Delhi High Court on Thursday dismissed BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy's petition in the Sunanda Pushkar death case. Swamy had filed a PIL in the Delhi High Court on 6 July seeking a court-monitored inquiry into the mysterious death of Pushkar. The court said it was left with a distinct impression that this was perhaps a textbook example of political interest litigation being dressed up as a public interest litigation. It observed that Swamy appeared to have concealed data or information which he should have disclosed at the first instance. The delay in investigation was caused by the delay in de-sealing of the suit in the hotel where Sunanda died. The hotel suite was finally de-sealed on October 16, 3 years after the room was sealed for investigation. The Delhi police, which was vested with the responsibility of de-sealing the suite, has on several occasions come under the fire of judiciary for delaying the task. On October 10, Delhi police was granted 6 days to comply with court's earlier order to de-seal Hotel Leela suite number 345 as the police reasoned it awaited results from the forensic laboratories. The Bharatiya Janata Party leader Subramanian Swamy earlier this year on July 6 had filed a PIL in the Delhi High Court seeking a court-monitored inquiry into the mysterious death of Pushkar. He has now demanded to make the Enforcement Directorate a party in the case and the matter has also to be investigated under the PMLA. The Union government and the Delhi police told the court that they did not subscribe to the view expressed by Mr. Swamy that the probe in the case was influenced by Mr. Tharoor. National Desk, Jeevan. The Mutual Fund Lobby, the Association of Mutual Funds in India, has sent an addendum to the mutual funds for making Aadhaar mandatory for mutual fund investments with effect from January 1, 2018. However, fund houses can allow investors to invest in mutual funds without furnishing Aadhaar details at their discretion. They will have to update such details before December 31st, 2017. AMFI has also directed fund houses to ensure linking of Aadhaar details with existing folios before December 31st, 2017. AMFI has asked fund houses to freeze non-Aadhaar complaint accounts with effect from January 2018. This means non-Aadhaar compliant investors cannot execute fresh mutual fund transaction. This comes in the wake of the Recreate Amendment in the Prevention of Money Laundering Act Rules 2017. While the nurses' strike in Bharat Hospital continued into its 80th day on Wednesday, many of the nurses who are protesting for better work atmosphere and labour conditions are facing a critical situation after they lost their job for participating in protest. It all commenced with the flash strike launched by nurses on July 13, raising various demands including better work atmosphere, fair salary and mannerly behavior from the management. Though the strike ended within 3 days following the management agreeing to a settlement, the nurses had to face its consequences, with management refusing to renew the job contract of 9 nurses who were at the forefront of the protest. The nurses were left with no option than to commence the second phase of protest on August 7th. However, the management stood firm on its decision. They are also refusing to take back 49 nurses who are on an indefinite protest. The nurses knocked on the doors of district and labour officers and submitted petitions to Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan but in vain. The deadlock could not be resolved even after the intervention of MLA Thiruvanchur Radhakrishnan, MP Jos K. Mani, District Collector B.S. Tirumeni and even the Kerala High Court's mediation panel. However, the hospital management dismissed the reports of offering cumulative compensation. As many as 58 nurses have launched indefinite protest at Bharat Hospital, Kottayam. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram. The Secretariat Housing Cooperative Society that was tainted by ₹2 crore financial fraud has been disbanded. The move is on to appoint an administrator in its place. In between this, an attempt to smuggle out certain documents in the society was aborted by CPM-backed Secretariat Employees Cooperative Society members. Later, the documents and the van used to smuggle them were seized by the cantonment police.
ഭവന വായ്പയ്ക്ക് നൽകുന്ന ആധാരമടക്കമുള്ള വിലയേറിയ ഡോക്യുമെൻ്റ് ഈ രേഖകൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഓഫീസിൽ ഉണ്ട്. അതുകൂടാതെ തന്നെ ഈ വ്യാജ മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് തെളിയിക്കാൻ ആവശ്യമായ ഒട്ടേറെ രേഖകൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. സർക്കാർ ഇടപെടുന്നുണ്ട്. സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ നടപടികൾ ഇതിനകം തന്നെ ആരംഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. വിശദമായ ഒരു അന്വേഷണത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് വിധേയമാക്കണമെന്ന് സഹകരണ മുന്നണി ആവശ്യപ്പെടുകയാണ്.
It was on Thursday morning that the attempt was made to smuggle 40 registers from the society's old office near Secretariat Association Office and Cantonment Police Station. Suddenly, about 50 employees, cooperative society members, blocked the van in which the files were being smuggled. According to the case, the section officer and secretary Ravindran Akka Chandanam Ravi of the Housing Cooperative Society, headed by Congress, forged fake documents and swindled ₹2 crore. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram. Jacinda Ardern was officially sworn in on Thursday as the 40th Prime Minister of New Zealand, promising to tackle climate change, eradicate child poverty and improve the lives of the country's most vulnerable people. In her first comments as Prime Minister, Ardern promised to form an active government that would be focused, empathetic and strong. After the swearing-in ceremony, a crowd of around 1,000 people gathered on the lawn of Parliament House to greet Ardern, the third woman to lead the country and the youngest Prime Minister in 150 years.
There is a lot that we need to do, all of us.
Sri Chittra Tirunal Smaraga Sangeeta Natyakala Kendram organized the 99th Sri Chittra Tirunal Jayanti celebrations and the Anandapuri Nirtya Sangeetotsavam 2017 from October 19 to 29 at Thiruvananthapuram. Masters from various fields of classical dance and music were performed in the grand festival that ran for 10 days. The function, which organized during Wednesday, was inaugurated by O. Rajagopal MLA. Third-time Tourism Award-winning Somathiram Ayurveda Group Chairman Baby Matthew Somathiram was honoured during the function. Prize distribution ceremony of various programs were also done during the function. For many people, an eco-friendly residential enclave which provides a place to breathe fresh air, This can happen only in the dreams, but all the dreams can be met in Mondana Estates. Malabar Developers, the real estate division under Malabar Group, has developed this iconic project in the southern state of Kerala. The first stage of this project is already completed and other stages are on progress as scheduled, said Malabar Group Chairman MP Ahmed.
അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ഒരുപാട് സ്ഥലം അന്വേഷിച്ചു അങ്ങനെ ആർക്കിടെക്ട് ടോണി ഒക്കെ തന്നെ സഹായത്തോടു കൂടി ഞങ്ങളൊരു വലിയ ഈ ഒരു ഏരിയ ഏകദേശം ഇത് 135 ഏക്കറോളം ഇപ്പോഴായി ബാക്കി 200 ഏക്കർ ആവാനുള്ള സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. ഡിസംബർ 22-ാം തീയതി ഔദ്യോഗികമായിട്ട് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ മോൾ ഓഫ് ട്രാവൻകൂർ ഡിസംബർ പകുതിയോട് കൂടി ഡിസംബർ 15-നാണ് ഏകദേശം മോൾ ഓഫ്
Mondana Estate is developed in 150 acres of land. It offers wide expanse of space, privacy and serenity as well as a whole array of amenities and luxury with the added benefits of a close residential community. Group Executive Director A.K. Nishant, K.P. Veerankutti, Architect Tony also attended the press meet. Minister of Social Affairs and Labour and State Minister for Economic Affairs Hind Al-Subair revealed an increase in the number of verdicts that have been issued against companies violating the labour law. The Manpower Public Authority has referred nearly 330 companies and more than 5,000 workers to the prosecution for violating the residence law. The statistics issued by Public Relations and Security Information, the department affiliated to the General Department for Residence Affairs, revealed 323 complaints have been filed by the domestic workers against their sponsors until October 22nd this year. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath today swept the road outside the Taj Mahal and then went inside the Mughal era monument in a damage control exercise following the controversy over its place in Indian heritage. The much publicized visit, the first by a BJP Chief Minister of the state, comes days after the party's leaders and ministers made provocative statements against the famed symbol of love. Accompanied by scores of security personnel, officials and jostling crowds of supporters, Adityanath spent nearly half an hour in the Taj complex gazing at the 17th century architectural marvel before going inside. Donning a mask, wearing yellow gloves and wielding a broom, Adityanath was accompanied by about 500 BJP members, including MLAs from western Uttar Pradesh, as he swept the parking area in an apparent bid to promote the Swachh Bharat mission. Over 14,000 policemen were deployed across the city for security of Adityanath, who arrived early this morning. His decision to visit the Taj Mahal was announced after a series of controversies erupted, beginning with the UP Tourism Department booklet not mentioning the white marble monument in its list of development projects in the state. However, addressing a rally in Gorakhpur recently, Adityanath called Taj Mahal the pride of India and referred to it as a world-class monument. National Desk, Jeevan. The massive Mandela Masterpiece Project is a brainchild of the 67 Blankets for Mandela organization started a few years ago by Carolyn's team to knit blankets in honor of the number of years that Mandela has spent in service of his country.
When the largest portrait of Nelson Mandela on a blanket, visible even from outer space, will be unfurled next year over the skies of South Africa, to mark the 100th birthday anniversary of the anti-apartheid icon, a Kochi resident will be on cloud 9. Rani Thomas, a homemaker from Kochi and the India coordinator of the massive Mandela Masterpiece Project, the brainchild of the 67 Blankets, a charitable organization based in South Africa, has been actively involved in contributing to the mission from the country. When the huge portrait spread across 1,764 blankets knitted together will be unfolded in South Africa in April 2018, it would be a gratifying moment for her, as she is all set to dispatch 100 blankets sourced with the help of students and teachers from various educational institutions and others.
Especially when I came to know about how they respect Mahatma Gandhi. Nelson Mandela is the father of the nation in South Africa and India. For India, our Mahatma Gandhi ji. So they had that kind of a bondage. April 24, 2018 is Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday, and as a tribute, they are going to crochet the world's largest portrait blanket, which is going to be 4.5 kilometers. You can see only through aerial view. I thought India should also be a part. And so I formed a Facebook and WhatsApp group.
More than 150 women connected through Facebook and WhatsApp have been working for this movement. What made me join this charity project called 67 BNM was an unconditional love, unity, each and every crusher and knitters shout. Stage by stage, they pledged to keep thousands upon thousands of people, less fortunate farmer in all the winters, to come in the name of Madiba, she said. Rani joined the 67 Blankets movement when she went to Chennai to take part in a knitting competition organized by a Facebook group called Mother India's Crochet Queens in 2016. The group later won the Guinness record by creating the largest crochet of blanket for 11,148 square meter. Jeevan News, Kochi.
England and Spain have set up a tantalizing clash in the final of the 2017 FIFA Under-17 World Cup after both advanced from the respective semi-finals on Wednesday. England were the first to book their place in Saturday's decider after claiming an impressive 3-1 win over three-time champions Brazil at the Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata. Before we wind up, let's look at the headlines once again. More evidences against PV Anwar violating Land Reforms Act, holder 203 acres of land, complaint submitted to Speaker. Car ride controversy, party will investigate, says Kodiyeri. CM remains silent, CPM has relations with Faisal, says BJP. Rahul Gandhi slammed party groups in Kerala, group rivalry for individual benefits, trying to defame Congress, says Anthony. Fire breaks out at slums near Bandra. Fire engulfs several houses, train services resume. Government allows ownership of property to Manuli Padam. 60 years of waiting ends, Jeevan impact. That's all from the English News Desk. Thank you for watching and good night.